What's up, guys? Welcome to Diggity, a video game podcast, episode number 243. I'm Jeff James, with me at the small virtual table, as always, each week. Table for two, as always. It's a booth. It's a booth with only one side with chairs.
It's romantic.
Yeah.
We both sit on the same side of the booth, though, obviously.
Absolutely, dude. Won't be lonely. With me, as always, the incredible, unobtainable, luscious Brody Fultz. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, too. I'm stoked to talk about everything today. We've got a lot of news that came out from the Nintendo Direct. A lot of new stuff, a lot of remasters of stuff, a lot of just flat-out ports, as we could expect for Switch. But it was really cool.
DLC for ports?
Yeah, but it was really cool. We're going to go through it. We're going to run it all down, and it's going to be a blast. We're going to have fun with it. But if this is your first time listening to the show, welcome. Welcome. Whether it's the audio version or the video version of the podcast, every single week on Thursday evenings at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, the King Time Zone. Brody and I go live to discuss the internet's incredible video game news with a no bullshit blunt opinion in every aspect, in every single way. And then the audio version of the podcast goes up live every Friday morning at 5 a.m. Some people don't want me to say the butt crack of dawn, but I continue to say that the episode goes up at the butt crack of dawn, regardless if someone has a family member named Dawn.
Yeah, you got me right as I was taking a drink.
I always have
Dawn
to.
is my mother-in-law's name, and my wife hates that saying so much. And fair enough, right?
Yeah. But anyways, at the butt crack of dawn, you can expect every Friday morning to get the great old audio version of Diggity straight to your ear holes. It's fantastic. And you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Diggity Podcast. It's fantastic. Go give it a try. We're sassy on Twitter. It's nice. Sassy people. That's who we are, dude.
Sassy.
Beyond that, also, if you haven't heard the news, the Diggity YouTube channel will be changing its name to Spawn Camp. The Diggity Podcast will continue to be Diggity Podcast. If you get the podcast in its audio form, you'll continue to get it the way that you always have, through the magical pipes of the internet. Nothing will change. On YouTube, you'll just see a channel called Spawn Camp instead, and we'll be live on there, in the same schedule, same time, and you'll be able to also see stuff too. Oh, your wife just messaged no.
No.
Fantastic. I love the delay. It makes it even better.
Yeah. It definitely does.
But the video schedule won't change, and you'll actually see some different content on there. You'll see some Gundam stuff coming up soon. You'll see the WASD and Beyond boys on there with their podcast as well. And you also get OBO on YouTube as well. But podcasts stay the same. If you get the audio version of the podcast, obviously that's our bigger channel anyways. It'll stay the same. So enjoy. But with tradition, and we're big on traditions here, as always, just like the butt crack of dawn. What have you been playing?
So I can't remember if I had finished up Halo the last episode, but I did finish up Halo. I did finish up Guardians of the Galaxy. I have been playing. Yeah, I've been busy, been grinding away. I got into Inscription. I've been kind of playing quite a bit of that. That's been one of my go-tos lately. And I also I played Horizon Zero Dawn. I can't get into it, man. I don't know what it is about this game. I cannot get into it. I think some of it has to do with kind of the way it pushes you into stealth gameplay, and I just don't want to. I just want to go around and cut down giant robot dinosaurs. But one way or another.
Can I come clean on something too? I don't like it either.
Really? So I think it's fair to say we will not be playing Forbidden West.
I think Evan's going to play it anyways. Or Nick.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to WSD for
which is fine on Spawn Camp, but I had the same feelings. I booted it up, I tried it out, and I was like, you know what? It's not for me, dude. Like the first, right into it, it's super stealthy, and I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah,
it would be, but
And it's not even. I don't mind some stealth games, right? Like Ghost of Tsushima is very much in that realm where you do some stealth stuff here and there.
Sure.
I used to really like the Assassin's Creed games. That's not a problem. My problem is the fact that you are worthless if you are not stealthing for the most part, or you are constantly just running around taking like pot shots at enemies. And there's something about it I just cannot get into, and I don't know what it is. Like I have put probably about 8 to 10 hours into it, I'd say at this point, and
Holy
nothing
crap.
about it. Yeah, I tried.
Than me, bro.
Because I'll play it for a little bit and then I'll bounce off of it and I'll come back and I was like, oh man, that new one's coming out like next week or the week after, whenever it is. And I was like, I got to get through this. And so I started playing last night. Didn't enjoy my time with it. I genuinely am just probably going to put it down and not finish it. And that's a very unpopular opinion for PlayStation
We're
games.
Gonna get some backlash on that, but both of us don't like it. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it is what it is, right? Like I'm not. Yeah, fuck it.
Here we are.
Too late for that.
Yeah.
But no, it's not a bad game. It's just not a game for me. I think I find some of the weird like visual glitches and things that I've seen very startling when it like goes into a cutscene. There's like weird jumps and people's faces are kind of jarring with that like uncanny valley type of thing.
Yeah.
Which I understand they've done a lot of work in that regard. Like this next one is supposed to be fantastic in that, but I don't find the gameplay that fun personally. I don't.
Boy,
it is what it is. So that's
hate.
Yeah, we're gonna get some hate, but I mean, fuck. Not everybody likes every game, right?
Maybe
a bunch
France
of people that don't
doesn't like it because there's a lot of people in France that listen to us.
Yeah, hopefully France doesn't like it. France,
What
you
if
on
France
our side
loves
here?
it?
Oh no, we just lost our France viewers. No, not the French.
Or not the French.
The French.
Oh gosh.
Oh no. Yeah, I have tried like 8 to 10 hours. I have thoroughly tried to enjoy this game, and I just keep bouncing off of it, and I'm done wasting time on it. I just had to I had to delete it off of my PlayStation and download it again because I was like, I'm going to play this game. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to enjoy it, and it's not there. It's not there.
Damn.
Some sort of weird glitch when it went to update. It didn't update properly and just corrupted the whole like.
Hey, that never happened on PlayStation.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I have like 60 something notifications that something didn't upload properly to the cloud.
Go right, or it says that
I don't know
that your device was unplugged when it clearly was never unplugged. I get that.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's a good one.
That's a fun one. There's a lot of weird storage problems on
There's a lot
PlayStation
of weird
right now.
everything. And then the last update I saw online was, hey, we're going to have voice commands. I'm like, boy, now I can yell at it and it can listen.
I think it was a couple days before that they also announced that they're starting their Discord integration, and their Discord integration was you can now sign in, and so people on Discord can see what game you're playing. Yeah. Like,
oh boy, whoa.
Holy
Which
shit.
got me in shit because Evan saw me playing Overwatch. I didn't want to play with Evan at that time because Evan's too fucking good right now. And
he is
gets
good.
in there. He gets in there, and then people play with us, and I just get fucking wrecked. I don't want that. I don't need that. I don't want that in my life.
Evan, if you're listening, that's why we stopped playing, because we're sick of getting our shit wrecked.
I love you, though. I love you, Evan.
Absolutely.
For me, is that? Oh, you played this week?
That should be about it for me. That's it, man. That's it.
I played a little bit of Civ. So I had fun with that. I played a little bit of NHL 22. Got to get that in always. Played a bit of Overwatch. It's the Lunar New Year, so there's some new skins and stuff like that. Got the old Soldier 69 skin. And, I had a blast. I can't even call him his 76 anymore because we just make stupid names for the characters. But
everybody has a bad name.
I got the Soldier 76 Lunar New Year skin. So I got that, and then it's going to be tough finding time this weekend. I'll tell you that.
It's a busy weekend.
I'm going to a hockey game tomorrow night. And then Saturday, I mean, I'm working on a project right now. Found out I'm allergic to MDF. Cutting a bunch of it.
Really?
The sawdust.
That's
from
probably
MDF.
not great.
I mean, dude, like it was wild. It was like someone fucking maced me. Like I had just gushing out of my nose. Looks beautiful, but geez, hate it. Yeah, and then I mean, like Sunday's Super Bowl, right? So, we got a baby shower on Saturday. We gotta go to too.
My kid's birthday's this weekend, so
That's
Saturday
right.
we're actually gonna go and watch my nephew wrestle in semi-state. Congrats to him. He listens sometimes, so congrats to my nephew. But then I have a birthday party for my kid, and we got to go take him him and two of his friends to a local place to have their birthday party. And then the next day we have the family birthday party as well as 2 baseball camps, and it's wild. So yeah, Saturday to Sunday.
Oh my god.
Nope, not gonna remember anything. It's just gonna be a blur.
Anyways, yeah, I'll wrap this up and then we'll get into the Nintendo Direct stuff. Yeah, so Civ, Overwatch, NHL 22. I played a fair amount of Apple Arcade games on my phone. Continuing to do so.
Find some good ones that you enjoy?
Yeah, there's some good ones here and there that I just pick away at for a little bit.
Anything you're gonna stick with?
Oceanhorn,
yeah, the little like Zelda type game.
Yep, enjoying it. Still love game dev stories. Love that. But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. Got an Apple TV, so got the Apple Arcade hooked up to that as well. It's kind of cool using the controller.
Nice.
On that shit. It's kind of nice. But yeah, other than that, I mean, just been picking away at the same old. Kind of just. I tried Battlefield 2042 again. Every week I try getting into it, and every week I get farther and farther apart from it. It fucking crashed on me.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
I'm just convinced it's just not gonna ever be good. It's just
I think it's dead. I think it's gone.
I think so too.
I think it's all
now.
Over.
I will say I was tempted to buy seafood this week, but I did not. I'm still working on backlog stuff.
I thought you said seafood. I went all right.
Oh, not seafood.
Okay, good for you. Didn't know that.
We
was
live
a
in
challenge.
Indiana. Seafood is not. This is not prime seafood by any means. But
Indiana oyster.
It's not bad. Yeah. Oh, God, no.
The fresh Indiana oyster. Fresh Indiana scallop.
Sifu. The fighting game where you age each time you die. I've thought about it, but I think I'm gonna hold off. I am probably gonna pick up Ali World on Switch, and I will probably be able to talk about that next week. I think that's one that I'm definitely interested in. So
dope. It looks fun.
Yeah, it looks great.
That's a good blast. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. Nintendo Direct.
Nick in our chat said that he bought Sifu, even though I've talked him out of it like 3 times. That motherfucker. Also, Lost Ark comes out tomorrow. Another game he's interested in.
Buys canned water.
Yeah.
He'll buy anything. He's like a marketer's wet dream, dude. He'll buy anything. Probably has like 7 My Pillows at home too.
That's another one I'm going to play is Lost Ark. That comes out tomorrow. So, I'll have some new shit to talk about next week.
Dope.
Other than the fact that I don't like Horizon.
Pretty big breaking news. Moving on. So, meat and potatoes of this. Obviously, Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct. And this was easily one of the best ones in a very long time. Not to say that they were all bad. I think each one's brought some decent piece of news with it. The indie showcases are usually a little.
Sometimes there's like a few standouts there because the thing about indie games is like they'll appeal to a certain group of people. So they put a lot of different things in there, and you'll catch like 2 or 3 things that actually catch your attention. And other than that, you're like, somebody will enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know. On the indie ones, it can be kind of boring. Which is, I think it's not that the indie games themselves are boring. It's just I think it's the way that they present them. It's kind of like, here you go, and they just vomit it to you. But anyways, let's go through these one by one. We'll kind of rip through some of the faster ones, and then we'll talk obviously about the bigger announcements in it. So let's start off with Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. That was announced.
Sorry, I'll let you finish before I talk about it.
That was announced and to be released June 24th, 2022. Your thoughts,
I was
Brody?
so fucking excited. I saw Fire Emblem. I saw the 3 Houses members on the screen. I'm like, awesome, we're getting some like either more DLC or some more
Right.
Fire Emblem, like a whole new game, because there's been rumor of a new game, and it was in that same style. So I was like, oh, maybe they're doing a remaster in this style or something cool like that. And nope, it's a Warriors game, which is the Warriors games are fun in their own regard, but definitely worth waiting for a sale because it's a lot of the same stuff. If you can pick it up for like $20-$30, you're in, but full price, and then on top of that, they usually have some sort of season pass that locks characters behind it and stuff too. Like, I was stoked, and then my excitement just...
It's a classic Nintendo Switch style announce where it's like, hey, that worked. Let's just use a different IP. Then we got to look at Advanced Wars, which we got a release date for that, and that's April 8th, 2022. I really want to pick it up. I just don't know if I have the time. Yeah,
that's fair. I will probably end up picking this up at some point. I don't know if it will be immediately at launch. It just kind of depends on what else I'm playing at the time. But I love Advance Wars. I love that style of game.
It looks really good, like the way that they did it.
It does look good. I'm not fully on board with like the toy tank look and things like that.
Well,
it is a little
style, pretty much. Right?
Yeah, it's a little odd, but I think it looks good, like for what it is, and I'm definitely interested. Yeah, the map editor is gorgeous. That's a really cool feature for sure.
Yeah, it's a super cool feature. Then I guess kind of a first decently sized announcement, but it's a port, as everything's a port on Switch. Or everything is ported to Switch. My apologies. No Man's Sky. It's coming to Switch sometime this summer, so that's kind of interesting. We'll have to see what it looks like on Switch and how it performs on Switch. It wasn't a cloud-based game.
No, and we'll talk about a cloud-based game later on that I don't understand why it's a cloud-based game. If anything, this one would have made sense as a cloud-based game.
Yeah, we have the same thoughts.
It's not a super graphically intensive game, but they're large worlds, and I imagine in order to... Well, I guess some of them are smaller. But regardless, I just don't see this looking great on Switch, but I don't know. And it's been out on everything for a while now. So if you were interested in No Man's Sky, I would think that you would already be into it. I mean, but I guess if you're only a Nintendo player, maybe obviously you've been waiting for this. So
it's like the turnaround of the century, too, for that game.
Oh, God, yes. Like, that is absolutely the comeback story.
And then it just, boom. Unbelievable community afterwards. Cool. One of the biggest things that came out of left field, no pun intended, was Super Mario Strikers Battle League. I was not expecting this. So they announced it. Just a quick rundown of some stuff. You'll have the ability for online matches. Whether that works smoothly or not, we don't know. Hedge a bet on no. There's a club mode that supports 20 players, which is pretty cool. So like you and your friends can have clubs. Which is pretty dope. And the local play supports up to 8 players, and this is launching June 10th, 2022.
Yeah, there's a lot of like smaller details about some of the power-ups and things like that I left out here on purpose.
Equipment is a big mechanic in the game now, so like you can upgrade. Mario will have like a visor with like he'll look like Vegeta for a second, and he'll basically have more accuracy from having the sweet visor. Or he might have better gloves or better shoes and be able to run faster. So there's just equipment as a new mechanic, and then the power-ups I am okay with, but
I hope it's like Smash where you can turn them off.
Yeah, I also hope it's like, well, wasn't there like finishing moves too in the other strikers? But like what I don't understand is like when you kick like Luigi, they showed an example of Luigi where it's like this huge cinematic thing or whatever, which is really cool, kind of like Brawl, right? Mm-hmm. And then it like pans out and a little tornado kicks the ball in. It's like I would have liked to have seen the ball like get kicked by the.
Well, if you score it with the tornado, you get 2 goals instead of 1.
Yeah, which I think is bullshit.
I think that's some bullshit for sure. I am. This was by far my most hyped
stunned
announcement. Oh, I was shocked because I listened to a couple people and they were like, "Yeah, no, there wasn't much in there." And I get in there and we're 10 minutes in. I'm like, fucking Super Mario. Like, I've been asking for this game for so long. This is the game that every time we're like, what would you like to see brought back? I want Super Mario Strikers. I want the crazy arcade sports games. That's what I want. And I am absolutely stoked for this game. This is day one for me because even if online sucks, I will sit here and play it with my kids. I'll play it with the wife. I'll play it with like party shit. Like, yeah, I'm stoked for this. This is awesome.
This is a long time coming.
Yeah, and we haven't had one since what, Wii?
Since Wii, yeah, because there wasn't one on Wii U, I don't believe.
I don't believe so either.
Look that up. Moving on from Super Mario Strikers Battle League, we got to look at Splatoon 3. We'll run over that real quick. So there's a
Strikers.
What do you got?
So Strikers Charged, which was the one on Wii, came out in 2007.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's so a cool 15 years later.
Not a big deal, Nintendo. Moving on, we got to look at Splatoon 3, which showed off the Salmon Run Next Wave game mode, which is essentially zombies, but it's with like crazy fish, crazy black salmon, which is kind of interesting. Again, I'm not 7 years old, so I don't really give a shit about Splatoon.
Yeah.
Not my market. I don't think anyone was also allowed at the age that plays Splatoon to even watch the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. So I ended up breaking down and getting Splatoon 2 for my son for either his birthday or I think it was a birthday, right?
Does he dig it?
He enjoyed it, but he also fell off of 2 pretty quickly because he's like, I'm just waiting for 3. I'm like, you have not played much of 2. That's not exactly how this works. It's not like you've gotten everything in the game. What are you doing? He's like, I'm just waiting for 3. I'm like, I don't know how to reason with you gamer, right now, dude. But okay.
He's a gamer.
But anyway, I will say that this survival wave base mode would be something that he could actually probably get me to play with him because I don't care about the rest of it. But something like this was actually kind of cool where they had the enemies, they drop their own different color ink, and when you're in that, you're slower, so you can get hit by other things. And so they actually like showed one of the other characters shooting their ink down to free it up. That way they could run away and stuff. And I thought that's level cool of mechanic, like a cool way to like promote teamwork and things in that kind of game is unique. But I would play a wave based version of this, but anything other than that, I don't care. So, yeah.
Cool. And that supposedly comes out this summer, just this summer.
Yeah,
that's what we were given. So, great. Some quick ones here to run through. So Front Mission First and Front Mission 2 remakes are releasing this summer. So there's that. Kind of an interesting game. I forgot about it. The only thing I like about it with the mechs is the fact that you can attack certain parts of the mechs, which makes it different than overall total damage to them.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of... Obviously, these are remakes, so these came long before it, but it reminds me of, I believe it's FTL, Faster Than Light. Is that the correct game? One of those games. I think it's... that sounds right. I don't know. But regardless, it reminds me of something like that, where it's your Advance Wars, Fire Emblem type, move around strategy, tactics type game. So
then we got to look at a game that I found pretty interesting. Disney Speedstorm.
Yeah.
It's just coming this summer. I will say this. It was the first like Disney video game in a long time that actually looked good.
It did look good.
Took advantage of the actual characters and the IP in a like every other video game in the past 10 years easily Disney wise. It's just always felt like it was just a schlocked up, like, here you go, here's the IP, or here's Mickey Mouse doing something, or here's Sully doing something. And they would be like, there's Disney Infinity, and they made them like the characters had less detail. It's like the characters are fucking cartoons to begin with. Let people just be the actual cartoon. Don't let them be a version of the cartoon. You know?
Right.
So I thought it was pretty cool looking. Am I going to pick it up? Probably not. If it goes on sale, I might look at it. I mean, I don't have kids, so it makes it different for me, but I thought it looked really good. And it's like, okay, I'm down for a different racer. Like, that's a decent idea.
It seems odd to also advertise this before, shortly before one of the other things we're going to talk about later, but I thought it looked good. I did not expect it to look good, especially when I first saw like Mickey Mouse in a fucking cart. I was like,
Like a
what's
F1
going
car.
on? Yeah. I was like, what is going on here? This is going to be dog shit. And they showed more of it, and
Looked
it looks
really
like it
good.
has the possibility to capture what Mario Kart does capture, which a lot of these kart racing games do not.
Do not
It
at all.
does actually look like it does have that ability. Now, will it? I don't know. A lot of that would be how it feels, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes out, I mean, I will keep an eye on it just because I want to see what other people have to say about it. But at launch, I am not going to pick it up. I'm going to let somebody else buy it and tell me how it is.
Fair enough. Then we got to look at Star Wars: The Force Unleashed coming April 20th, 2022 to the Nintendo Switch. That's cool.
It is cool. My oldest has actually played through this twice now, I think, on Xbox. And I think he's played through the second one at least once. So he
It's
really
also
likes
not
them.
a cloud
But
game.
yeah, not a cloud game. It looked rough.
Yes.
I mean, it did not look great, but it is also a 360 era game, so I didn't expect much, but it was an eyesore a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't great looking, but at least it's coming to it. So that's
Yeah,
the thing.
those are cool games, man. Like they're a pretty linear Star Wars game, but they capture that feeling of power, especially before something like Jedi Fallen Order, which did it really well. I mean, this game did it prior and did it very, very well, especially for the time when a lot of those kinds of games were cash-ins.
Next thing we saw was Assassin's Creed: The Ezio Collection coming February 17th, 2022. That looked rough.
That looked really
That
rough.
looked really rough. Like very
Which is
rough. Odd.
they already have a couple of the Assassin's Creed games on Switch, and
Yeah.
I don't think they even looked that rough, and they're newer. Like I don't know what
Right.
it was about this game, but it looked. I don't know if there's a little bit of rose-colored glasses, and I remember it looking very differently when I played it. But yeah, this one looked not great, not great.
No.
Those
I
are some of
know.
the best games they have, though, by a long shot, as
And
far as the
again, no cloud.
Assassin's Creed games.
No cloud gaming there either.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Quickly, we got to look at SD Gundam Battle Alliance. That's releasing sometime this year. And then we also got to look at Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition, coming April 7th, 2022. April, pretty big slate for the Switch.
Yeah.
A lot of big stuff dropping. Then we got to look. Oh, go ahead.
The SD Gundam battle. I wish I could get into it, but it's like weird, chibi little like.
You're not a
I
fan
don't
of
know,
chibi
something about
stuff.
it's off-putting. It reminds me of the Bionicles that you get in the Happy Meals back in the day, where they're like the shrunken down
Like they
versions
cut a
of them.
Bionicle in like
Right.
threes.
Yeah, and then the Chrono Cross. Like I understand that's also a old game that they have remastered, but I fucking hated how that game looked.
I forgot
Absolutely
about
hated
those Bionicles. Forgot all about that shit. It's all coming back to me now. Oh my god. Then we got to look at a bigger game for Nintendo and something that they've already been pushing for quite some time, but we got a deeper look into it and some new modes into it. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land. So one of the modes in here is called Mouthful Mode, which is fascinating. Essentially, he can't swallow the whole thing, so he just stretches his entire body across all of it. And it lets you inhale cars, vending machines, and other inanimate objects, and you get to become, so like you basically inhale or halfway inhale, I guess, the car, and then basically his jaws, he has no jaw, he's like a snake. There's no bones.
He sticks his tongue down to hit the gas pedal, and
Yeah, and then he moves around and he can fire cans out of vending machines. I thought it was adorable. I thought it was fantastic.
yeah, it's what you would expect from a Kirby game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It looked gorgeous too, by the way. Going off of that kind of material look, like hyper realistic material look, where some stuff is, if it looks like it's wood, it's got a realistic wood grain to it, which looks great. So another mechanic into it is the Waddle Dee Town grows as you find more Waddle Dees. As the town grows, more resources will become available to you. There's also like a battle arena in it too, which seems pretty cool. There'll be new copy abilities as well, and this launches March 25th, so right around the corner. Not too far off.
Yeah, when we first saw this, we kind of wondered if it was going to be like an open world Kirby game because of the way they originally depicted it.
Yeah, with fishing and
This
all
time,
that shit.
yeah, this time it looked very instanced, where it's like a linear level that you're playing through with maybe some like side shit here and there.
Yeah, it was
Almost,
like a Yoshi's Woolly
almost,
World.
yeah, Yoshi's Woolly World, or even like a
Well, there was a Kirby's
um,
yarn.
yeah.
Pretty
It
much.
reminds me of like Mario 3D World almost.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right on that. Pretty dead on actually, because of some of the goofy mechanics to it.
Yeah. Now I will I will say it is kind of interesting because my youngest was actually sitting next to me while I was going through this, and he's like, I like the other Kirby game better. I'm like, what? I was shocked to hear that he liked the side-scrolling Kirby game more than he actually thought he would like this one, and I thought that was a weird thing that I did not expect at all. So I mean,
The children have spoken.
He's 7, so he
That's the main
like
main audience.
that's the
bro.
market, right? Like.
There it goes.
No, my oldest hadn't seen it yet. I believe he was. I think he was getting ready for bed or something at the time, so he didn't see this one. But I don't know how he feels about it. I'll check in with him and get back with you.
Maybe it's more of a mature.
A mature audience.
Yeah. Then we got to look at MLB. The Show 22 is coming April 5th to the Nintendo Switch. This was a shocker. I was like,
This was a shocker.
Yeah.
It also looked like dog shit.
It looked like dog shit
awful.
to me too, but I thought first of all that they were going to say MLB The Show 22 Pocket Edition or like Mobile Edition or something.
Yeah.
This is fucking rough. Again, no cloud gaming on this either. Boy, this is rough.
It had the Dynasty mode and everything in there. It looked fucking god awful. I think I've seen
flat
3D.
out just rips into it.
I'm pretty sure I've seen 3DS games that look better. Right?
Yeah, it's better on iPad.
This was rough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool because the MLB, the show games are great games, but
well, the benefit is that it's cross-device save.
Yeah.
So,
right.
But I mean, if you go from like your PS5 playing MLB The Show or your Xbox to that shit, you're like, hey, I want to play that remote. And you go down to it's like you went down like PS2 graphics, dude.
Yeah.
That shit, the animation when he hits, they showed like him, like I don't know what, I don't really watch baseball that much, but they showed the baseball player hitting a home run, and he like jerked as he hit the home run. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, you could see the stutter in the trailer. Like, there's stutter in the trailer for baseball games. Notoriously, don't have a whole lot going on at any given moment. Like.
No.
Something is fucked here. Like, I still feel like I understand it would be not nearly as pretty as it is on like the new Xbox and PlayStation, but you would think it'd look better than what they put out here. Because in a trailer, this looked like dog shit. I can only imagine what it's going to look like when you're actually playing it.
I'm excited to see gameplay.
I am too. I can't fucking wait.
April 5th. Then we got to look at Kingdom Hearts Integrum Masterpiece Cloud version. Each game is sold separately. It's available
or you
now.
Can get it in this pack.
Yeah, or you can get it in the pack. Yeah. Which it's it's 1, 2, and then what? Is it 3? 3 something? 3
It was
Redux?
one of the like in between like
2.5 Redux.
I will look
Google
it up.
Yeah, because otherwise people will be like, "You what the fuck you
I meant to
about?"
circle back to that one after I got done with the show notes, and I did not.
Which is great, because we needed more Kingdom Hearts and we needed more versions and packs of Kingdom Hearts. That was something we were missing in this world. Big time.
It has Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind. And also the HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
Right on.
What the fuck is going on with these naming conventions? I can't do it, man. I hate it so much.
They named cars better than that. I drive a Santa Fe. And
Beamer
a
just
Tiguan.
uses a fucking string of numbers and an occasional letter in there, but
Yeah. It's like the
good
name of
God.
like a fucking Dell computer.
Now, this is one that I did not expect to see Cloud, though. I could maybe understand 3 being Cloud, but I would think 1 and 2 would basically
It probably
run
couldn't
just
fucking
fine.
run.
I would think it would. I mean, good God.
I would assume that it is cheaper. Maybe not cheaper because you're evidently you're definitely paying Nintendo for the cloud side of shit for your game to be using the cloud stuff. I think, which is going to be. I'm going to bring up a point here in a second, but I would assume that it's probably quicker in development to go that way than it is to be like, okay, how are we going to downgrade the shit out of this? You know, and put that out there.
Yeah.
There'd be a pretty decent downgrading. But my question on these cloud games...
Maybe from 3, but I wouldn't think you'd have to do much to 1 and 2.
Well, this is 1.5 and 2.8, dude. And 2.5.
HD.
Yeah, HD. This isn't your normal one, dude. What's fascinating to me, this cloud stuff is, so what happens when the game... Like how if you need internet for it, it's a cloud version of the game. What happens? Like
nothing happens. It's gone.
Right. So like, here's my question: is the business model basically they license out the right to do the cloud technology with Nintendo as a developer, and then people are playing the game, and then what happens? Like, is at one point does the company go, "Hey, we're not making it. Doesn't make sense running these servers for, you know." The 150 people that are playing this game now, 4 or 5 years later on a monthly basis. Let's shut her down.
I would assume
never fucking works again.
I would assume so. Yeah. I mean, now at least if you have
that world sucks.
Because when you buy a digital game, right? Like, you also don't technically own that. You own a license to play it.
But you also have the fucking game on the hard drive, and it doesn't require internet in some cases.
And even then, if you own the game, most of the time you can go in and download it again, even.
Right.
And in a lot of cases, some cases not, but most of the time you can still go in and download it. But if you're relying on hardware somewhere else to stream this essentially to your system, and they decide to shut that down, or they decide they don't want to support that anymore,
yeah,
I assume it's just gone. I don't know what else you do at that point.
I mean, you just click it and it'd be like, can't connect, I guess, and that'd be it.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's crazy to think of that. Moving on, I was stunned at this. We got to look at Klonoa Fantasy Revere series.
I felt like an idiot. I didn't know what this was.
Oh, you don't know what Klonoa was?
No, I had no idea.
You. Klonoa is like super...
Was it Bandai or Konami?
I believe it's... Oh my God.
I'll look it up.
That too? Thank you. You're like our Jamie, like from Joe Rogan. There's the retro community really loves
Bandai
Klonoa.
Namco.
Bandai Namco, okay.
Yep.
I had originally learned about Klonoa by watching Pete Door's content. Which he's a retro collector. And he fucking... One, he loves Sonic, so I can't trust him. 2, he loves Klonoa. And that's how I found out about it. And I went on this whole like Klonoa
I mean, this straight up looks like a Sonic character.
Very much so, yeah. It's up there with shit. What's the Tails? I think
like
not Tails
Sonic
and
and Tails?
No, there's like another game that's really close.
Super Lucky?
No, not Super Lucky. It's an older title too. It was like a real...
Oh, okay.
It was like there's like I think 1 or 2 games in the series or whatever. I think it was a Dreamcast game. Don't quote me on that.
I will see if I can figure out what that is, but
figure that out. But anyways, yeah, this is cool. I mean, it's nice to see them do something with that IP. I think it's good. I think it's a good IP. I don't think it's gonna like make a comeback anytime soon. I think it's just gonna be great as a remaster. And I think people new and people who are big fans will play it. There's definitely a huge fan crowd for that game. So we'll see what they do with that. Were you able to find it? I think it's like Nine Tails or something like that.
Huh. No, I'm not sure.
Fuck, there was a Tails adventure game. but it's
Yeah.
not that. I'll figure it out. I'll bring it for next week. I forget what it's called, but it's like this skinny character that has like a purple cap or whatever and like long. I don't know, it's I'll look it up. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah. That comes out July 8th, 2022. Then we got a port with a bundle as per usual Switch. So Portal, the companion collection's coming later this year is the release date we got. We didn't get a defined release date. Cool, neat, cool to see it.
Sonic. I'm reading about Sonic, trying to find this rip-off game. No, Portal games are cool, but I don't know if it was entirely necessary.
Yeah, I mean,
games,
Portal 3 would have been nice. Nights into Dreams is what
you found
called.
it?
Yeah, Nights into Dreams. It's
Probably
a 1996
found
action game developed by Sonic Team and published by Sega for the Sega Saturn.
Oh, it wasn't even a Sonic ripoff. It was made by the Sonic team.
Yeah, and there was a Knight's Journey of Dreams on Wii as well that came out. But that's a game also that he's discussed as well that would I guess kind of be in the same like realm, not necessarily gameplay, but a similar, I don't know, like obscurity as Klonoa in that time period.
Gotcha.
Anyways, yeah, so that's that. And then we got, how do you say this? Is it Live Alive?
Live
Alive.
Live
Alive remastered.
Yeah.
Comes July 22nd.
I'm actually pretty stoked on this. It's that like 2.5 HD, whatever the fuck they call it, where it's like still pixel graphics, but it has like lighting effects and some other cool stuff going on.
Yeah, it does look really cool.
And this is the first time this game has been released outside of Japan, but it looks like you basically live through like various different stories and
time
it's
periods.
and like different time periods and everything. It looks kind of cool. I will probably check this out. Like this is right up my alley. It has that cool art style like Octopath Traveler and things of that nature. Yep. But we'll see.
Cool. Another big announcement that was there was Nintendo Switch Sports. Was not expecting that, but as soon as it was shown, I went, yeah, that fucking makes sense. We haven't had one of those in a long time.
Figured they would have done it
with the launch
in
I know,
2017, right?
I know, because it would have been a perfect showcase of the motion controls and the HD Rumble, right? So
now all the old people are going to buy them up now. It's going to be even harder to get a Switch.
God. You imagine being in the fucking call center for the Wii when all those seniors' homes had it? And they go in the back of that fucking white box and it's got the little Mario doing this. And it says, need support? Call blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, it'd be awful.
My Nintendo's not working.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Good
Jeez.
God.
What does it mean I need the Wii Plus attachment? Wii Plus Motion Plus attachment. Anyways, Nintendo Switch Sports comes out April 29th, 2022. It includes tennis, bowling, chambara. Is it chambara? Chambara. It's chambara. That's what it is. Chambara, which is like sword fighting in some case, right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's like sword fighting / kind of like sword fighting where you have to knock each other out of a ring into like water, essentially.
Soccer, badminton, and volleyball. And I went, holy shit, where's the golf? Don't worry about it. Golf's coming this fall as a free update, which is nice because that was my thing. I was like, dude, where's the golf? That's like one of the biggest
Mario
things in
Golf. Come on, man.
But all of these are more expanded on than the original like Wii Sports. Obviously, there's sports in here that Wii Sports didn't have. But on top of that, what's nice about it is like the bowling. There's like a 20-lane mode in bowling, which you're just trying to like do rapid bowling and stuff like that. But you can also play normal bowling. It's kind of cool. It's all right. It's cool. It's for the casual piece. It's for the old people, like you said. It's for the people I think that didn't buy the Wii U, but they bought the Wii because they liked playing Wii Sports, and now this gives those people a reason to buy a Switch because they'll buy it for that nostalgia. But I will say,
selling like crazy.
Yeah, but what I will say is when I was watching them do it again, I was like, man, I can't believe like we bought all into this for the Wii. This looks ridiculous. All the motion stuff. I was like, I don't want to fucking do that.
And the awful fucking cringy reenactment of them playing a volleyball game. Absolutely just jarring to sit there and watch this thing. I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Hated it.
It was not great, but
no,
it was true to Nintendo.
Yes.
What I am interested in seeing on this too is, well, first of all, I'm going to spread the word, but you can use your Miis in this game because they showed characters that looked like they were like from Splatoon and like another game. And I went, dear God, what have they done?
Right.
But you can use your Mii.
Mii.
You can still use your Mii, which you never used in anything else on the Switch.
Very true. Well, that one weird
app?
RPG game they put out last year that was a port from the fucking 3DS.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's one other thing too with the soccer. Initially at launch, you can use the wrist strap that comes with the physical version of this, or not wrist strap, leg strap that comes with the physical version of this game, but only for a shootout mode, and then
for soccer.
Right, and then they're adding support for it to where you can use it in games by this summer, so you could actually use one Joy-Con and one of the other Joy-Con on your leg. And that's not going to be available at launch, but it will be this summer. So
confusing.
There's that.
Perfect. Then we got to look at Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival, which comes out later this year. So it's a paid subscription service to get access to another 500 songs in it, but it has 50 songs to begin with.
I think it had like 98 songs to begin with. I think. It had a decent amount of songs, but yeah, they have a subscription service that you can pay to get 500 more songs for a game that I imagine does not sell exceptionally well in the
United States.
In the United States.
In Japan, huge. Oh my God!
Oh, I imagine
those
it's
machines
massive
are everywhere.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. Here stateside, I don't know anybody that's ever played one of these games.
No, I know. I think they've got them at Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
And like, what's it? Is it called Ninth Round or something like that? Whatever that. You know what I'm talking about? That brand. That's in malls. It's kind of like Dave and Buster's, but it's like an arcade, but it's more like kid focused.
Gotcha.
Anyways, whatever. So then we got to look at Triangle Strategy. There's a new demo that lets you play through Chapter 3. Your progress will carry over into the game when you purchase it, and that is available fucking right now.
The demo is, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
not the game.
That was my fault for how I worded that, but
no, I know the demo was available now, but I'm like Ron
we still don't have
the prompter.
Yeah, right. We still don't have an official release date for this. It is still just 2022, which is
how long has it been
fine,
floating?
Is
this year 2 or 3?
I believe 2 at the most. I think it was announced at E3 2 years ago, if I remember correctly.
You're buying
either E3 or Game Awards. I'm not sure. I will definitely play the demo that gets you through Chapter 3, but the first time I played it, I was a little bored just because there was so much story stuff going on, and I don't know if I just wasn't in the mood for that at that time.
That demo was not just a demo. Was it not also a beta test where people could say, hey,
yeah, it was like
and shit, and then they came back out and said, hey, we heard you guys, there's too much text?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely want to give this a run through Chapter 3 and see if it catches me. If it catches me, I'll definitely pick it up because I love the art style. It's that
sure.
HD 2D 2.5D or whatever the fuck,
shift.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's really neat.
Style.
It's like it's cool. I definitely want to check out the demo, which I guess I could have downloaded now, but I knew I wouldn't play it tonight anyway, so later.
Now. It's fantastic. Moving on, we got to see Cuphead: The Delicious Last Course, and we finally got release date for Switch June 13th. 30th, right? Or July 30th?
June. Yeah.
June.
Yeah. 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 Uh-huh.
Okay.
I put just somehow.
Just the 30th.
June 30th. So
June 30th.
that's been a DLC that we've been waiting for a release date for forever. And finally I have one, and it'll come to Switch, and cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, excited for
I
that.
still haven't played all the way through the first one because that game is frustrating as hell, but
It is very frustrating.
it's a very, very cool game, and I love that art style. So
Yeah, the art's incredible. We talked, I think, not last week, but the week before, about Metroid Dread being the second best-selling Metroid game of all time, I believe, if not the best.
Yeah.
So far, which is incredible. Metroid Dread is getting a free update that adds one-hit kill mode called Dread mode. So this is just intense mode to play on. I'm going to be very interested to see speedrunners do this, if they can. And then there'll be a rookie mode also that increases your recovery in a lot quicker of time. Just because people were not complaining, but saying, hey, it is a very complicated game if you've not played a Metroid platformer before like that. So it would be nice to have something easy. So and they listen, which is fantastic. And that's actually available now. And another free update is coming in April that adds a boss rush mode where you skip all levels and you basically just go clean through battling all the bosses, which I think is fantastic. Because if you go through and beat the game, you're like, yeah, I want to go, just boss battle some stuff and just, know. And the boss battles are sweet. They're really cool.
Oh, yeah, they're
if
really
no one's
cool.
bought this game, you should definitely go take a look at it on YouTube on the gameplay. Just watch a couple people on there. The boss battles are awesome. It's just a cool. I don't know. It's very promising for Nintendo platformers going forward of that style. Then Nintendo Switch Online news. This was fascinating to me. This was interesting, and not that it came out of nowhere, but I was not expecting this. So Nintendo Switch Online is adding Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings, and that's available right now, which is fan-fucking-tastic. I will absolutely be playing those. Very excited. I'm hoping it's going to bring a remaster. And I think if they did it in the fashion and style of Link's Awakening, it would be just wonderful.
Oh my God. I can't. That game in that kind of art style, or even something more updated or whatever it may be, would be gorgeous. Like, that's a good looking game for its time period, even. Like, the way they did the pixel art and everything else. That is a fantastic game, but my God, I would love to see this get remastered. I would love to see them bring this franchise back and do something with it.
Yeah, I mean, Ness is represented in all Smash, and it's like, the fuck.
I mean, there's still a lot of people that you could probably play as that character, and they're like, "Why are you playing as the weird little boy with the bat and the fucking and the yo-yo, and he shoots that, or he launches that ball out of his head? What's going on?" But yeah, most I'm pretty sure my kids don't know who they know who Ness is. They don't know why Ness is or where Ness is from or anything like that.
Then we got a little bit of a quick sizzle reel, which there was some stuff in here where I was like, oh, wow, interesting. So Zombie Army 4 Dead War, that's coming. That's available April 26th. Gesafumaden Undying Moon, is available right now. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles comes out June 10th. Lego Brawls.
Yeah,
June
this was interesting.
Very interesting.
And what's even stranger about this is the first I've heard of this game, and they just threw it in a sizzle reel.
Same.
Hey, here's this.
A little worried because every company's trying to do a brawler that has IP.
This almost looked more like a side-scrolling brawl game. Like it
did. I could be wrong. We only saw a couple of seconds of it. I was under the impression this is like a Nickelodeon style or Super Smash style. I could be wrong. I mean,
it's on the App Store currently.
Is it really? So it's okay. So this is in line with the Disney brawlers. Have you seen that? Disney's got one like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I mean, that makes more sense with
Is
the
it
name. I
Super
was thinking it
Smash
was like
style?
a yeah, I
Okay,
was
all
thinking it
right.
was like a side by side or like a side scrolling beat 'em up type of thing. But yeah, it does appear to be like Super Smash style. I see
Interesting.
now. Yeah, we only got like 10 seconds of it,
If
maybe.
that, yeah.
So,
Interesting. And
eh.
then 2 Point Campus was also part of that little sizzle reel. May 17th is the date for that on Nintendo Switch, which is cool. That's great.
Yeah,
Any
the 2 point
two
games are
point
fun.
games are fantastic. They're a blast, and everybody can be like 2 Point Hospital. Everyone can be
Uh-huh.
Sonic and Knuckles and Tails for some reason.
I was playing 2 Point Hospital and I literally made like all the doctors Sonic, all of the nurses, I think Amy and like the janitors were Tails just so I could differentiate who was who.
Too funny. And then here's the big one that I took away from this, and we can chat fairly quickly on this because we're getting to our hour. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. So there are going to be 48 remastered courses as paid DLC. 8 courses released over 6 waves by the end of 2023. It will be $24.99. First wave will launch on March 18th. Now that's $24.99 for all of them, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
From what I
That
understand.
was great
Yes.
confusion online on Twitter for a bit in
Yeah.
the Twitterverse. Like I said, first wave will launch on March 18th, 2022. But it's included with the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, which is $50 a year
For
an
a
individual
single,
for
yeah,
single
and then I think it's
membership.
like $80 for a family.
Yes. And this includes the expansion pass, includes the Animal Crossing season pass,
The Sega Genesis stuff
Sega
and
Genesis
the
stuff, and the
N64
N64
stuff.
stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
And now this, which makes sense. I mean, this is their little Game Pass ish kind of dealio where they can offer in their Nintendo way without having to manage crazy shit and crazy technology behind the scenes. They can just boost up that and to be honest with you, I see the value in that. I mean, I get it. But at the same time, I can just buy all the courses for $25, and then I don't have to keep paying $50 every year to use those courses.
That's the thing that gets me is I'll probably I mean I will more than likely buy this DLC, right?
Oh, I'll buy the
But
DLC.
I don't there's still not enough content there for the expansion pack to justify it in my mind to, pay another I mean, but the price difference is basically the price of one of these DLCs. So like for a year, and if they continue to do this where they are adding more DLC, but you have to be interested in that DLC for it to be worthwhile, and they do like
No.
2 DLCs a year basically. So I'm not sure, right? Like I'm still not fully on board with the expansion pack. I'm okay with paying $25. I would love to see a new Mario Kart, but at the same time, for less than half, less than half
Half
of
the
what a new
price,
game
yeah.
costs, you're getting 48 new in quotation marks,
Remastered
48
courses, yeah.
remastered courses. And I think that's cool. I would like to see some new carts and wheels and items and things like that, but or not items in the way of like the items that you use against people, but like your gliders. I'd love to see some new stuff in that sort of realm too.
Yeah.
But it just also is weird to be playing this game still at this point.
I think really the next Mario Kart we're going to get is just going to be called Mario Kart. And I think it's going
Like
to
Super
have...
Smash Bros. Ultimate.
No, I think it's... Well, I guess kind of to that fact where it's just going to be... I have a hunch that they might go free to play.
Really?
With like a couple of courses, like 3 courses, 4 courses. And then you buy packs of the other courses to play them. I don't know. Or my hunch is that they go to... Here's Mario Kart. It has 50 courses in it or whatever. And there'll be 7 expansion packs coming, each for $9.99 over the course of 3 or 4 years, similar to Smash, right? In the way that worked, because that makes an assload of money. Because basically, you made people buy the game twice, almost 3 times. Oh,
yeah. I mean,
right, which makes sense.
I bought all of it. Yeah,
right. And the other side of it too, I think, is that if you make it like Mario Kart World or Mario Kart whatever, then you can pair it up on the phone. And you could race people on your phone at the same time as you're racing people on your Switch across multiple devices, shit like that. I don't see how they just come up with like Mario Kart 9 at this point, especially with this move, and be like, here you go. Like it's gonna be a complete change. It's gonna be a fucking network of Mario Kart, and Mario Kart's gonna become this big fucking thing.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I do agree to some extent. I mean, after you've played like the mobile Mario Kart game,
Well, like, what do you do with all the courses?
Right.
They're gonna have like every fucking course you've ever made in this game.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and that's kind of. I almost feel like they are gonna go somewhat in the realm of what you're thinking, but I think they're going to add something new.
Oh, I think they'll add new courses. I just think
I
think
they're going to
like new mechanics.
I'm not sure, right? I think they'll stick to the traditional racing for the most part, but I think you're right to where you will get a bunch of new courses and some remastered, and then they're going to sell more remastered courses as well as probably some new characters, which I don't know who else you really add at this point, but
maybe start doing some guest characters.
Yeah, something like that. I think they've seen the success that Smash Bros had with doing Ultimate.
Certainly, yeah. They see the
and I think they're going to do something similar with Mario Kart. I mean, granted, Mario Kart is the highest attachment rate, the highest selling Switch game by far, so they don't have to change anything, but I think they see that they could potentially sell, double what they have by releasing a new Mario Kart game and then having it be the ultimate Mario Kart game and going that way.
Right, like they've just literally, we don't get a Mario Kart 9, a 10, 11, any future. It just becomes Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
You have a fucking account and you buy the courses or you buy the packs. And as you get new systems and shit, it updates. There's updates to the game, but that's it. It's a service.
I don't necessarily love that, but I don't. I could see it happening, and honestly, I think on Nintendo's part, it would be a smart move. But that's also part of the reason, and not a knock at Nintendo. It seems like Sony and Xbox also do the same thing. If it seems like a super smart move, they're probably not going to do it. And in my experience of watching this industry quite closely for a long time now, it seems like the things that are quite obvious and the big money makers, they just gotta leave on the table. But Nintendo seems to be quite notorious for that.
Because with this move, it just seems to me, it's like with this move, like you just. Like, what the fuck do you do for the next one? Unless in the expansion pack this stays, and then the next Mario Kart, these all carry over. And there's a new mechanic.
Doubt it. If history is to be believed, I highly doubt any of this sort of progress or anything that you've purchased is going to carry over into the next version of whatever this is.
Isn't it just nuts, though, that we're still playing Mario Kart 8?
Yeah, it's crazy. Insane. Absolutely
Anyways,
crazy.
That was a huge thing in the thing, and people were very receptive to it on Twitter. People were really happy with the fact it's $25 for 48 courses. I mean, I think that's a steal. That's fantastic.
So initially, I was a little taken back just because I was like, why are we still doing this? Why aren't we getting a new Mario Kart? But after you kind of sit back and think about it, I mean, you're paying $25 and you're getting almost the same amount of courses that are in the game currently. So it's not a bad deal, and it's not like the game looks bad. The game doesn't play bad. Like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like you've been playing this game for a decade almost. But Not quite that long, but I mean, it is
Getting there.
8 years old from the original release date.
Yeah, it's certainly getting there. And the last thing that they teased at the very, very end of the direct was Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which is coming September 2022. And that was
Which
it.
is
That
cool.
was a Nintendo Direct. Overall,
Yeah.
incredible.
Xenoblade, I am kind of excited for, but I need to finish the first two before I get into this one, I think. Not that they combine or build off of each other in any super meaningful way, but I need to finish those because they're in my backlog and they gotta go. I'm sure there is a lot of lore there that I don't fully understand, but I haven't finished the games yet, so I also don't like Horizon. Fuck you.
DM me. This is the best. Just quickly before we wrap it up, this is probably the strongest Nintendo Direct I've seen in a very long time. Every Nintendo Direct has either relied solely on who the next Smash character is, which is a big deal. However, that's only one game series.
Right.
Like, there are people who don't play Smash.
Right.
They exist. It's crazy, but they exist.
And they're wrong, but they exist.
Right. But yeah, this is like the strongest Nintendo Direct I've seen in a very long time. It was nice to see.
I think one of the craziest things about it too is most of their major franchises are shown in some way, shape, or form. Right?
Yep.
Like, I mean, we saw Fire Emblem, which
no Breath of the Wild 2.
No Breath. Zelda was the one.
No Switch Pro.
No Switch Pro. Thank fuck. That way we can get rumors again next time.
Right.
Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 was a bummer to not see here, but I also think they're saving that for like
I think they're going to do their
E3
own
type.
Direct.
Yeah, I think that's
really
going to be a.
Don't think that they're going to just sit on that. I think we'll get a direct, some short direct on it before even E3, and then I think we'll have a release date E3
big show out, yeah,
and like a whole big trailer out for it or something like that.
But I mean, Fire Emblem was there, Splatoon was there, Super Mario Strikers, which I wouldn't say that's necessarily like at the forefront, but it's a big deal. Kirby,
yeah, Mario Kart.
They had an update for Metroid Dread. They had Mario Kart. They have Xenoblade, which has been doing pretty well for them. Like,
yes.
I know it's not a Nintendo first party, but it's still.
It felt like they were like, not that they didn't go anywhere, but it felt like it was like classic Nintendo back. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've really felt that with the Switch. The Switch has obviously been extremely successful, but the pattern at which games have come out, I mean, the beginning of it was sporadic. All ports, and then it would be like, here's a Yoshi game. Yeah, here's Smash. Big deal. Smash, huge deal with that. You know, Mario Kart it's a port, right?
Yeah.
You know, with some enhancements. It's not... This feels like, okay, this is all truly built for Switch, on Switch. It's done from the first party side of stuff for Nintendo, which is fantastic. And at a pretty big frequency and clip. I mean, there's easily $200 wrapped up into this within a 2-month time period that I sit here and go, man, I wouldn't mind picking that up. I wouldn't mind picking that up, and I wouldn't mind picking that up.
Yeah, it was a great showing. It was a return to form for Nintendo, I think. We bash on Nintendo a lot for odds and end things, but overall what they do it well, and I think this is a prime example of that. Sure, this direct was not for everybody, but I think it checked a lot of boxes and at least got most people like one thing they were interested in.
Whether there was something for
Rikers or
100%.
And that's something Nintendo does extremely well, to where they're like, hey, we've got a little bit of everything in here. And for this personally, this checked a lot of boxes for me. There's a lot of things I'm interested in here. I'm sure my wife is thrilled to hear that, but there's a lot of good shit in here. And like you said, I mean, there's quite a bit of money that I'm already like, okay, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy that. Like there's good shit here, and I'm very, very impressed. I went into it not expecting much and came out very, very happy with the end result. So
Yeah,
Good job,
This
Nintendo.
would be a good time. Yeah, good job, Nintendo. Guys, that'll do it for the show. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Diggity Podcast. You can also check us out on YouTube. We stream live every Thursday evening, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Spawn Camp on YouTube. And you can also subscribe and leave a review if you'd like to on the old podcast network that you listen to, or podcast distribution service that you listen to, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever you listen to us on. Leave us a review. It helps us out a ton. Helps us get more reach on those platforms. And to everyone that's listened to us, thank you so much for listening to us. And we will see you next week. See ya.
You also need to go check out our friends Build Bros and
shit.
WASD and Beyond. And also go check out our other podcast that we started with WASD and Beyond called Objectively Bad Opinions, or OBO.